Exciting moments in the world of cycling there. That's actually happening in Abuja. It's not in a foreign land. Good morning there. Welcome you on the show, 360 Sports on Trust TV. I am Adeni Ajishafe. We'll be looking at, well, the D-Days here. That's the NFF Elective Congress. Will be taking place in Benin, despite all the brouhaha that actually follows this particular election. It's been a big one for the past 30 days. Well, conjunction on that, NFF move ahead to see how they can get this done. We'll be looking at the first story that says NFF Elective Congress, who succeed Pinnick. The election is here, and that is the place, the venue where the election will be coming up. Edo State government welcome you to Nigerian Football Federation election taking place in Benin City. Well, right now, 11 contestants for presidency, but right now we have 10, as Amanze Ochebulam actually pulled out from the election, citing the court injunction. But at least here have Ibrahim Gusso, Musa Madu, Sheu Diko, Sheya Kiwumi, Peter Said Inda, you have Adam Mukhtar Mohammed, Christian Emeroa, Abayola, they are still there, David Doherty, and you have Suleiman Kwande there, still contesting for this election there. Well, Amanze is out because he pulled out during the campaign. Now, looking at this, I have in the studio Olawale Peters. Good to have you.
Good morning, Denny. It's my pleasure being here.
Maybe I should call them your friends. Your friends are battle ready. Today is the D-Day. Despite the court injunction that came on through some aggrieved Nigerians, PFA, that's Players Union and all that, still, The NFF deemed it fit, went to court, got some approval from the Court of Appeal that they can actually go ahead with the election. Today is the day. The Benin City is agog right now with all the delegates that will be voting. After the annual General Assembly, they will actually move straight to the election, while they will be at least conducting that election to know who will be the next person to succeed Amaju Pinnick.
Okay, I think I would like to change that adjective that they are aggrieved Nigerians, they are well-meaning Nigerians, that they want the best for us in this country. Because the set of NFF executive that we have right now, they are nothing to write home about. I don't know the legacy that they are leaving behind, and I don't know what we are going to remember them for the 8 good years that they've been in charge of managing the football administration in this country. They've brought nothing, as in nothing than total failure to the football administration in Nigeria. Now, let's look at the people that are contesting. From the 10 contestants that we have 7 of them. They are part of the current executive of this NFF. They are part of those who have brought failure to this country. If they have any shame in them, they are not even supposed to be contesting at all.
Okay, look at this list now. Out of the 10 that's actually contesting now, since Uche Igbolam opted out, we have for the current NFF, you have Shea Kiwumi, first vice president, Shehu Diko, second vice president.
Shehu Diko that has been in charge of LMC.
Ibrahim Guzo is the chairman of Chairman and Zamfara Football.
What has he done? Where is Zamfara State when it comes to domestic football in Nigeria? So that's why I'm telling you that, we have...
Idam Mohammed is FCT chairman, that's the FCT.
What has he achieved? That is the question we should be asking ourselves. Sincerely, I don't pray that the case of a predecessor, better than successor, will happen after Amaju Pinnick, because I really don't pray that we should have people, and we should have someone that will be heading the affairs of NFF, and we say, Kai, I wish Amaju Pinnick should still continue, because sorry to say, Amaju Pinnick, in the same environment, Amaju Pinnick, by now, the AFCC and the ICPC, they should be waiting for him at the election. And after that election, he should come and answer a lot of questions, because as at that time, he doesn't have the FIFA, what have you, that he normally used to threaten even the federal government. Any small thing, I will report it to FIFA. Sincerely, they should come and account for over 46 billion naira that they have collected. What have they done to this? It is very, very, very embarrassing. Whatever happens today, we're going to have a repeat of what happened in 2014. It's not going to end there. The Nigerian Professional Football Leagues, they have a very clear case. What is the case? The same NFF Act stated that you have 5 statutory bodies that are recognized. But when it comes to the issue of delegates, you have 37 from only one body, that's the FA, and you are having 44 delegates to elect the president and other offices. And only FA, you are having 37. So what does that mean? And they are saying, no, what we are asking for is the equal representation of all the 5 statutory bodies. If it's going to be 44, let all the 5 have 7, 7, 7, 7, 6, 6, 6.
Let it be balanced.
Let it be balanced. So that is how it is going to be very competitive. Whatever happens now, take it from me, it's going to be one of those that have killed the game of football in this country that will be elected later today. So we're going to be back to square one. And funny enough, sincerely, and when I look at the judgment that they got yesterday, a lot is wrong with us in this country. I know the courts, when it's come to them to be very, very, very careful, they are very, very meticulous. But the judgment yesterday, I don't know, maybe you've seen it, but when I cited it, they sat yesterday. No, the first
injunction.
No, not injunction. The first judgment that the NPFL got was on the 15th of September.
Of course.
So the NFF, they didn't do anything, but they have this confidence that the election will still hold. We don't know what they had in plan until yesterday. Yesterday, they went to the court to get an injunction that the election should hold, and the sitting lasted for only 12 minutes. The sitting lasted for only 12 minutes. That's number one. Then number two, the date on the injunction stated September September 29, Wednesday.
And
by my own calculation,
today is 30.
Yesterday was Thursday and 29. I will not take that from anybody saying that it is a typo error.
That has actually been flying around because a lot of people are like, there's no Wednesday 29 in the calendar of 2022.
But the court sat yesterday,
so it was supposed to be 29th Thursday. So maybe an error.
No, it doesn't happen from our court of jurisdiction. They know what they are doing. It passed through a lot of processes before they can issue it out.
Automatically.
One thing about God is if God wants to really catch you for whatever you think you are cooking, this is how this little mistake will come and embarrass you. So that shows that probably the judgment has been delivered even before the hearing. So it's not going to be the end, because the Nigerian Professional Football League also, they're going to take it further, even maybe up to Supreme Court.
Yes, just to take it from your mouth now, the players, are also trying to see that they will be going to the Supreme Court. They will not be relenting on their effort at all. The fact that a court allow NFF to actually grant NFF the plea to go ahead with the election, they to move straight to Supreme Court to see that this election that they are conducting will not see light of the day. But a lot of issues. My only pity about this, my only worry rather, not even pity, my only worry is the players. I remember when the basketball issue started, like a joke. Now we've seen the effect of that on our basketball. Look at what happened at the World Cup. The ladies, we couldn't go just because of the fight between Kida and Igochi Mark. And now the same thing is happening in football here and there. At times, the players are always like, what are we going to do? They don't even know who to follow.
Okay, in this situation, sincerely, after the Supreme Court, let the federal government, through the Ministry of Sport, Youth and Sport, interfere and let FIFA come and ban Nigeria.
Yes, I'm sure federal government are just watching now.
That is actually what I'm waiting for, to be sincere with you. And what do we have to lose? We have nothing to lose. Are we going to the World Cup?
No.
No, we're not going to the World Cup. And last week, I saw a document, the amount that the NFF have already proposed to spend for the World Cup. If I mention it to you, you jump out of your chair. It's over 100 billion.
That's if we qualify.
If we qualify. So that means they've already planned for what to do if we qualify. But I'm very happy we didn't qualify. So what they wanted to do with those money, they are not going to get it. So what am I trying to say here? We're not going to the World Cup. The next World Cup is in the next 4 years. Right? So
we can use that 4 years.
We can use that opportunity. Let them ban us for 1 or 2 years. Let's get it right. Number one, what the Nigerian Professional Football League are fighting for, sincerely, is it's a just cause. Because you cannot have 5 statutory bodies recognized under your status, under your heart, and you have only one of them providing almost 90% of the delegates that will elect who is going to oversee the affairs of the NFF. So what are you talking about? So whatever they are doing there in Benin, and I don't know why Benin all the time, everything Benin.
That means something is actually like a backup there.
It's not a backup, it's like a Kaaba. That's the truth. And whoever is going to emerge today is one of the Kaaba that we have currently that's already killed the game of football in this country. Now tell me, mention one person that has not had his name for the past 16 years.
Among them?
Among them.
Maybe a few, there are some that have not been. Christian Emiro has been with CAF. No, I'm talking about Nigerian football.
So I'm talking about people that we already know that they will be the one to win this election.
Well, maybe David Buhari Doherty. A lot of people don't know. He's
UK based.
Peter Sadida, a former goalkeeper who worked actually in South Africa, and maybe, like I mentioned, Emiro has been with CAF. So a lot of people don't really know. If not for CAF as the head of security there, the rest have been very popular in Nigerian football. Amanzi Chigbulan was former NFF vice president. Suleiman Kwande is current executive member currently. Adam Mukhtar is FCTFA chairman. We have Ibrahim Gozo, chairman of chairman, Zamfara FA. Musa Amadu, a former NFF general secretary. Shiu Diko, second vice president, also LMC. Sheya Kiumi, first vice president, Lagos FA chairman. And you have Abayola, technocrat, popularly known, and also former chairman of Kano Pillars, and is currently the special advisor to the Minister of Youth and Sport Development. Okay, so
what do you think that if he emerged as the NFF president today, we'll be happy that we have a good executive.
Who knows? Maybe something will actually be different. They might just want to be different from Amaju Pinnick-led government.
Honestly, sincerely, I think the federal government through the Ministry of Youth and Sport, they should come this time around. And what I was expecting before is, if they didn't get their overnight injunction, I'm sure the police would have been at the venue today, and they will not allow them to have that election. And what that means is FIFA will just come like what they did to India and some other countries recently,
to ban them.
And they will ban us. And that is what we want. That's what we are praying for. Because at times, we have to start from the grassroots to get it right. The way it is going in this country, this is a country of over 220 million people. And we have over 1 million people playing the run leather game in this country. So, and we are still not getting it right. And this is the only thing that unites all of us together. And we know the amount of money that they are getting from this football, and we know the amount of economic development that we can get from this. Sheudiko, it's very shameful that some people, they don't have any shame left in them again. Our local league, up till now, we cannot watch it the way we are watching even the Ethiopian league, Zambian league, South African league, Kenya, Liberian league, and you now have the girls to the other city that you want to contest and become the NFF president. I think it's a shame.
Well, even though it's very painful for the way Nigeria football administration is being run, we just have to hope for the best. Now, let's look at the comprehensive list of the contestants that's NFF elections, starting from the presidential aspirants now, NFF elections now. We have Shia Kiumi, all the 10, Shehu Diko, Ibrahim Gusso, Suleiman Ayakwande, Musa Amadu, Christian Emeroa, Adam Muhammad, Peter Said Unda, Bayola, David Buhari Doherty. First Vice President aspirant, we have Felix Anyasi Agu, that's the chairman of Eyimba. Obina Ogba is a senator. We have Chinedu Okoye there for the first Vice President. Chairman of chairmen, the only candidate is Yusuf Ahmed, the one they call Fresh. An executive committee aspirant from Southeast, you have Amy Kanyama, Chikeleonla UFC, that's the chairman of Anambra FA, and also the chairman of another body was created by NFF, that is the Association of Nigerian Players Union. Well, Karibio Jigwe, a former international, Jude Obikwelu, Emmanuel Ochiaga, and you look at executive committee aspirant from North Central of Nigeria, Muhammad Al-Khali, Nasarawa FA chairman, Margaret Ichin from Benue, Idris Musa, Daniel Amokachi the Bull, Benedict Akwebu. Akwebu was actually coming out as president, but later he opted for the executive committee member. Executive committee aspirant South, Aisha Falode, who heads Nigerian women football, Kenneth Nwamucha, Gregory Abang, Roland Omomo, Pobeni, Jared Senebe, you have Essien Udorfort. Executive committee aspirant from Southwest, Olawale Liamid, Sunday Dele Ajayi, Ayodele Ogunjobi, Afolabi Olugbenga, Ayodeji Adegbenro, Pelumi Olajengbesi, Ganiyu Maje Kodumi, and you have executive committee aspirants from the Northeast, Babagana, maybe with Babagana Kali, Sajo Muhammad, Timothy Hemman, and the only one from the Northwest is Sharif Inua. That's the comprehensive list of the contestants that will be vying for honors into the executive committee of NFF and also the presidential aspirants now. Well, whatever we are going to say, the election will be taking place soonest, and according to the news filtering in, that they will instantly announce the winner and sworn them in and all that. But I look at the federal government are just watching. I'm sure they know what is at stake. If after this election, the player that wants to go to Supreme Court, that will be another problem. Aside that, someone actually saying, well, he's very sure that the federal government have their own plan. They are watching what's going to happen from this particular election.
Okay, and I wish the federal government, they would do exactly what they did to the Nigerian Basketball Federation when they had the issue. And what did they do? I'm withdrawing my support for the next 1 or 2 years for
go and look for money yourself.
Go and look for money somewhere else. The FIFA cannot force them to come and do that. That's the truth. I think if they can do that one, they are trying in one way or the other to reshape the history of football in this country. And the 10-year master plan, beautiful strategy, developed, signed, and approved by the president. If care is not taken, it will just be effort in futility, because these same people, they will not implement something that they know it will work against them because of their own selfish interest. So what the federal government needs to do right now, it's very simple. There is a case in court. You have done your own election. Because of all this issue, I think I'm withdrawing my support and financially when it comes to...
I'm not withdrawing from football,
no, I'm not withdrawing
financially,
financially,
you can go out there and
source for fund and do whatever you want to do. I think that is the right thing for the federal government to do right now. At least we all know that the federal government also, they have a lot of projects that they can channel the fund and the money to. Like the case of the ASU, the money that they're supposed to give to the NFF, let them
now, someone actually asked that question. I remember saying, okay, the billions that could have gone to the World Cup, maybe the federal government should just channel it to ASU's case and settle it once and for all.
Which I think is not, it's not a bad idea, it's not a bad advice also, sincerely, because we'll see more prospects, we'll see more development, more growth in our economy if the money is channeled to the educational sector, that the football, that we cannot even hold them accountable or ask them, what have you done? You don't really understand how annoying this is. I'll give you more money, and I will not be able to ask you, what did you do with the money I gave you? So why should I continue giving you the money? So that's the truth. So I think the federal government should this time around take the bold step by withdrawing their support financially to the NFF. That case.
Now, before we wrap it up, still going by the topic, NFF elections, who succeed Amaju Pinnick? A lot of Nigerians look at Nigerian Football Federation as like, really, can't we just get it right once? We know football is at least the most beautiful sport and Nigeria really love. Other sports are very beautiful, with all due respect to them, but we can't take that away. Football is the most beautiful bride in Nigerian sport, and that's where the chunk of federal government's financial goes to. So something must be done to actually address this issue of if it's not an NFF election fight, it will be LMC not organizing the league well. It will be, come on, can't you just get it right for once? Before we go, just say at least something from you concerning this.
Okay, what we need to do, number one, is to make sure that we privatize the football league in the country. Locally, we should privatize it. And I've said it before and I'll say it again, like what happens in the banking sector, that they ask all the state government to withdraw their shareholdings in banks to a certain percentage. The same thing should happen to all the domestic or the state government league clubs. That the state government should they should reduce whatever take they have to maybe 5% and allow private individuals to come in and run it like a business. Until when we start seeing football sport as business in this country, we'll never get it right.
So it's high time for the government to take out my slogan by saying sport is business.
Is purely business. Until we do that, we'll never get it right. Then number two, the federal government also, they need to find a way to have a hold on NFF, sincerely. And I'll say this again, boldly, that we should never allow the likes of Amaju Pinnick, who is more of a politician than a technocrat, to smell the seat of NFF presidency in this country ever and ever again. Because that is the major problem we had. The problem we had with Amaju Pinnick since 2014 up to now, we've never had it so bad like this before in this country. His only legacy is looking for dollar, bringing foreign player, bringing foreign coaches, nothing. I don't know how he will be able to work in the street of Nigeria and they'll be pointing at him that, look at him, this is him, this is him. I think that is what we really need to go do. The federal government needs to have a hold on them concerning the way they support them. Then we have to go into privatization domestically. People like you and I, we can now be able to buy into any league we have in the country and have a say on how it should be run.
Hopefully, Nigerian sport, and at least looking at football as our focus this morning, we just have to get it right. NFF election is taking place in Benin City, Edo State, and we hope to at least any moment. Let's see what's going to be happening after the inaugural meeting. They'll be voting. The delegates are there, and Benin City is really agog right now. But we need to get it right for the sake of those players who, without them, we can do nothing. Well, we've been talking with Olawale Peters in the studio. Good to have you once again.
It's my pleasure being here, Adeni.
I am Adeni G. Shafe. Sport is always business and fitness. Thanks for watching.